Because deep down, you still believe you're the old version of you. When you say things like, when I change, when I become better, when I do this, you create a sort of separation from the person you desire to become and the person you are now. Because your actions are driven by your beliefs. If I want to become disciplined but don't believe I already am, and don't have evidence to support that belief, my brain is just going to keep sabotaging me. If you want to become something, you have to believe it is possible and start walking in it. Belief without action is just delusion and fantasy. And action without belief will lead to burnout. A writer isn't someone who is just elegant and creative with their words. It's someone who starts writing and continues to do so, even when it gets messy. And we also may struggle with believing we are that new creation in Christ because of something called imposter syndrome. And trust me, I know this feeling very well, unfortunately. And I'll use myself as an example. When I got promoted to a manager position at a job that I worked at, I had major imposter syndrome. I had thoughts like, you shouldn't be a manager, you can't even speak up for yourself. You're still a boy, you need to grow up first. You don't deserve this position, who do you think you are? I had so many accusational thoughts that I began to fall back into identifying with those thoughts. What I believed about myself and what others have said about me in the past. I was listening to all these other voices in my head, but the voice of God. Because when we don't know what God says in His Word, we fall susceptible to giving access to any voice that flies past our minds or ears. Because we aren't being filled with His peace and truth that severs all lies and deception. Think about Miles Morales from Into the Spider-Verse. He gets bit, gets his powers, gets caught in this multiverse mayhem, but deep down, he didn't believe he belonged, feeling like a total fraud. He keeps thinking, I don't belong here, I'm not good enough. But with PvP telling him,
when will I know I'm ready?
You won't. It's a leap of faith. That's all it is, Miles. A leap of faith.
He had two choices, to ditch the suit and be forever scared of embracing what was inside of him, or act first despite the fear and let belief catch up later. God has already instilled a purpose and a will inside of all of us before we were born, but we must take that leap of faith to believe we already have the strength and courage from Him to become who He has made us to be. Act first, and God will handle the outcome. A key fact to keep in mind is, your brain doesn't care about what you want, it cares about what you repeat. So when you say things like, I'm not that person yet, your brain keeps pulling you back into the old, comfortable version of you you're trying to escape. You don't pretend to be something you're not, and you don't jump into delusion. Instead, you begin to live in alignment with your new identity, even when it feels uncomfortable or unnatural. Because whenever you try something new, your brain's gonna go against it because it's something you haven't done. But to become that desired version of yourself, you build evidence, you practice discipline, you make choices that reflect who you want to become. And over time, your actions begin to reinforce what you believe, and your belief strengthens your actions. And that's how real transformation happens. Not overnight, not instantly, but gradually. A core concept in James Clear's book Atomic Habits is,